Hey, Mike, it's good to see you, man.
Good to be here, man.
Yeah, thanks for doing this today.
Absolutely.
What are some of the more challenging songs for you on stage?
Some of the more challenging stuff is a lot of the stuff that has some of the syncopated tom parts along with the kick drums that are going on. Indestructible's a good one. Let me see what else. Enough. 10,000 Fists. But those are also, for me, those are some of the most fun songs to play. I love the challenging ones. I love to get in there and just nail them.
Are you playing to a click on stage?
I am.
Have you guys always done that?
Yes, we have. Yeah, we have some loops and samples and a little effects, sort of as ear candy in the background, and it's just all the way we've always done it. We just kind of stuck to the click, and that way, we don't go off of the samples or anything like that.
Have you ever had problems with that, like with something going haywire on stage with the loops or whatever?
Give me some wood to knock on.
Sorry I brought it up.
For the most part, we have some redundant systems, and it's usually pretty fail-safe. My tech's really on top of taking care of everything. But yeah, every once in a while you'll have a machine that makes some screws up, locks up on you or whatever. And I mean, yeah, it's happened a small handful of times, and all we basically do is just kill the machine and just finish the song without the electronics.
Do you warm up before you go on stage?
I do, actually, yeah. In the dressing room, I have a set of electronic setup that I take with. It's just a little smaller, compact thing, and I use it to warm up. I'm in the dressing room at least an hour prior to set if I can, doing a lot of stretches, sort of little rudiments on the practice pad, or like I said, just playing on the electronic kit, just getting the blood flowing and warming up.
Do you guys work on any new material while you're on the road?
We do, actually. That's actually the dual purpose for the electronic kit. We also have a mobile Pro Tools rig that we'll bring out, and that usually sits in the dressing room as well. And a lot of times my guitar player, Danny, he's just one of those guys that loves to play the guitar. He's just always in the dressing room. He's very dedicated and very focused, and he's always coming up with new riffs. So it's a really good system for us when we're out here, and we do have any time during the day. He'll be throwing ideas down. Just we don't usually complete full songs when we're out on the road, but we do come up with ideas. I'll come up with drum parts. I'll come up with guitar riffs, and we'll just store them in the Pro Tools. And it's just good for us, just to get a little bit momentum going. And then when we're off the road and we come home, and then we have like all these ideas to start from. We're not just starting from scratch.
Gotcha. In the songwriting process, do any Disturbed songs ever originate from drum parts?
Most of the time, I would say 90, even 95% of the time, a song usually starts with the riff. But there's been a rare occasion where I'll just be, for example, sitting in the dressing room just playing something, just sort of ad-libbing, and Danny will catch it and says, "Wow, what are you doing?" And most of the time, I don't remember what I was doing, but I'll go back and I'll play it, and it'll inspire a riff with him. Down with the Sickness, one of our most signature songs, is actually one of those examples.
When you track, a new album, do you track with the whole band, or do you just do it solo to a click, or can you explain how you do that?
When we're in the studio and we're actually laying down ideas, we usually have things. The pre-production is usually handled ahead of time. Danny and I will sit there for hours and hours and hours until that song, every single part of that song makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. And so then when we're ready to record, then we just pretty much go in the studio and we just start laying tracks down. So when it comes time to tracking for me, I'm usually pretty familiar with the song as it is. But sometimes, so I could track it by myself with just the drums. But it's a little more sterile to me. I like the vibe. I like to play off the guitar and the bass. I like to lock in with them. So those guys, they'll usually play with me. And we'll lay down scratch tracks for them. And if for some reason we got to go back and do multiple takes, then I'll just use their scratch track and just keep, doing whatever how many takes we need, and we'll just go back and do it that. And then those guys, once my tracks are completely done, then they'll go back individually and track, bass will go in and track to the drums with the guitar scratch track, and then guitar will come in and track to the real drum and bass, and so on and so on. Kind of like a house, you build a foundation and brick by brick, finally put the roof on, and you're all good to go.
Do surprises ever happen where you hear the final, all the layered parts, and you go, "Oh, I should have done that accent"?
Absolutely, yeah. There's been other times where I've actually made a mistake, and the mistake was cooler than the original part. It was unintentional. Yeah, when we go in the studio, even though most of the pre-production is ready to go, I mean, there's always room to change. I mean, up until the very last day that we're in the studio, stuff is always changing.
Hey, well, listen, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, my pleasure.
It's nice
Thanks
to
for
meet you
having me.
face
Yeah,
to face.
absolutely. Thank you for having me on the cover, and
Absolutely.
actually twice now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an honor. I appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks.